Blake Lively has spent years making herself look perfect as an actor, mom, and general icon.
Oh, that's all right. That's
it's like I'm in a food fight with myself at every moment.
Behind the scenes, a web of lies and fabrications has been slowly coming apart.
The chemistry with Justin, off the charts. Like, you always have a vision. Talk to me about how you were even the intimacy coordinator in some of those sexier scenes. Like, we saw you.
That shouldn't be happening, by the way. You should not be the intimacy coordinator. You should definitely hire intimacy coordinators, which we did have.
Leaving the public to wonder, is what we've been told about her true?
I think it's critical to have an intimacy coordinator. I think that, like, you coordinate stunts, you coordinate dancing. It's choreography. Now you guys just go put your bodies together and your mouths and whatever, and just like action and cut. Like that's sort of ridiculous. So I think that being choreographed is critical for everyone's safety.
These lies, which range from making up stories to exaggerating claims, are beginning to get weird.
Like, this movie, I think that, like, when you see it, it feels like a big, beautiful summer movie, but like we didn't have any budget. So there were a lot of favors and a lot of begging. And
this documentary will expose all of her most significant fabrications, from the small white lies to the ones that could change everything. We'll discuss why these stories are true and how they affect her life, work, and reputation. Join us as we discover what's happening behind the picture of one of Hollywood's most famous stars.
It was actually interesting because our director also plays my other love interest, and so I think when we were in scenes together, he was like, "Whoa, you seem like you're in love with him." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Alice." Like, yeah. He's like, but you seem like you're in love with him, but you love Ryle. And I was like, are we too vibing? What you do in this movie, he's so like patient and supportive of Lillian. It's like, what we think of him as like feminism or whatever. He's not out there like, wearing like, can I say this word? The hat, the P hat, P-U. But anyway, he's like, that's not what being a feminist is. It's like, making sure that like he's there and supports her and her journey, and he doesn't remove agency from her. Like, he's just like strong and sturdy.
The daughter's special birthday lie. Blake Lively sat down on The Tonight Show with Seth Meyers and talked about her family stuff. But among the laughs, one moment stood out. Lively claimed, "One of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence."
Do your daughters ever criticize your outfits?
Oh, yeah. No, one of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. So if you imagine like those two blended.
A few moments later.
So that was a lie.
People in the room were probably so interested in the story that they didn't question it at first. What a strange chance it was after all. But wait, Napoleon Bonaparte and Jennifer Lawrence both were born on August 15th, right? But here's the thing. Lively doesn't have any kids born in August. They were born in September, October, and December to be exact.
Woman is absolutely deranged. Her daughter's birthday was the same as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence were born on August 15th, all right?
Perfect.
None of her children were born on August 15th. Well, they were born in September, October, and December.
But Lively kept telling this story even though she knew it was easy to check. Why would she make up a story that is so complicated and almost silly? It's pretty clear that she was trying to make a good impression by making her family life sound more important and unique. I like to say, look at how amazing my life is.
You're right. It's a weird opener. And you know what? I don't think that movie's going to work. So your family's good?
My family's good.
All right.
Yeah, I have 3 girls and a little boy now. You have 2 boys,
2 boys and a little girl. Yeah.
It's boys are crazy.
Yeah.
my little boy's so romantic. When I walk in, he goes, "Mama, my love." Oh, he's just a dream. I mean, like it's chaos at all times. They're just my lifeline. Like, no matter what day I'm having, I have to be Disneyland every day for them.
2 famous people share my daughter's birthday. What's wrong?
How would you know when Napoleon's birthday is? How would you know that Jennifer Lawrence shares the same birthday? And I actually have tea on someone else who has the same birthday that I'm going to show you in a second.
The story she told doesn't quite match up with the truth. It was a simple lie told for laughs.
One of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence. So if you imagine those two blended.
But many people are now wondering why someone would lie to make a story more heartwarming.
Why do you lie like this, Blake? Why? Why do you do this? Do you understand? You are not smarter than the internet.
Blake has told lies before, and this wasn't the first time. A few few months later, she did something else that made people question her motives even more. She used her family's happy place as the setting for another questionable story.
Now you are a family of 5.
Yes.
Oh my
So
God.
congratulations.
I'm terrified. That's not acting.
That's real.
Before we get to that, let's go over another lie she told. Her happy place lie. But this was just the beginning. What other lies lurked behind Blake's public image?
That I was lying?
Yes.
Oh, I want to take it back.
Recently, Blake Lively shared a picture on social media that makes her look very happy. There she is, grinning from ear to ear in a bakery in Connecticut. This is her happy place. She is smiling with her family while flipping flour and talking about how much she loves this bakery. People who follow her say, "This is my happy place," as if this moment sums up her life right now. But wait, this is the same Blake Lively who said in her lawsuits that she was dealing with severe anxiety, traumatic events, and personal loss.
So it'd be very painful to hear, and the content is getting that much more devastating. I know it's so devastating to hear this, and I'm really sorry to share this, but I'm grateful that you guys are listening, because this is actually happening, and it's important that we know this and that it resonates with us, so that we think about this in our days and in our personal life. So I asked them what happens in these videos, and unspeakable things happen, but I'm again going to speak about them. It is the truth.
She told everyone how hard it was for her to get out of bed some days because of how much guilt she felt. So, how do we make sense of the Blake we see baking cookies and laughing with her family, and the Blake who has been publicly fighting the MICE effects of trauma and stress? It's hard to look away from how different these two forms of Blake are. It's almost like the pain she's been through in public fades away when she gets to this happy place, and she's instantly the picture of happiness. It's not that I'm not experiencing trauma, I just want to live my life, Blake once said to try to describe her problem. Then there's the bakery post, which was carefully put together to show a very happy moment that looks too staged to be real. When Blake tries to show herself as both a trauma sufferer and a positive role model, it makes us wonder, which story about her is true? Which woman are you? The happy one behind the bakery counter, or the anxious one who stays inside?
PR opportunity that Blake Lively couldn't resist that got her in a lot of trouble because she was caught not.
Hard to miss the deliberate change in tone here, a picture that was carefully made to change how people see it. Blake wants to tell a story, but does this part of it hold up when looked at more closely? What does this say about how Blake Lively is seen by the public? Is she really having a hard time, or is she trying to make you feel sorry for her? It didn't end there, though.
I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the forum. She is a survivor of the worst crime someone can commit against a woman. It's not for us to have shame. It's for them. Never underestimate a woman's ability to endure pain.
Another simple favor, Blake's newest project has a shocking lack of continuity. Moving on to the next lie, where public manipulation hits a whole new level, only makes the question stronger.
Here, let me take it. Here.
The Sue You into Oblivion. Lies some facts about Blake Lively's court case with Justin Baldoni and others have gotten a lot of attention.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Ryan Reynolds?
It was a surprise. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
Oh boy.
One fact stands out because it is so ironic. Blake said in her case that her opponents were using the phrase "sue you into oblivion" to scare her and get back at her, a phrase she used to make it sound like a real threat to shut her up.
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon, but it's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. Blake Lively will be sued into oblivion.
But in her very next job, another simple favor. That same phrase showed up in a movie script instead of a court hearing. Also, it wasn't a passing line. Her voice was added to the scene on purpose after the movie was finished. That move made it very clear that she was ready to downplay her own legal concerns. Blake made fun of the seriousness of her case by using that line in the movie. She turned a serious accusation into a line of dialogue. It's very ironic that things are going this way. The phrase she said was used to hurt her and make her afraid was then used as a joke in a movie, which made her original complaint seem less important. Was this just an accident, or was it done on purpose to make fun of Justin Baldoni and the other people involved? This makes her lawsuit less credible and hurts her reputation even more.
She tried to cancel an innocent man, and I'm here to spread the word.
Here, let me take it.
But the real question is how many more contradictions will show up before this legal mess falls apart. More and more, the public seems to lose faith in her story with each new error. In fact, Blake's attempts to change the story have made things worse for her. As time goes on, we are left to wonder, how many lies can someone tell before their whole story falls apart? What's the next lie in this story? Watch out, because things are about to get even less clear. Could this be another example of Blake wanting to be in charge of her story? There's more though. But what happens when those lies aren't just words? What happens when they start to play out in the real world? The next lie might be the one that cracks everything wide open. The best friend cast lie, Blake Lively, can make her stories interesting, but after some thought, they don't always hold up. Lively sued Justin Baldoni and others, saying that Baldoni's best friend played the OBGYN in It Ends With Us so that he could get too close to her during the birthing scene. She talked about feeling weak and almost naked, which made it sound like the casting was done on purpose as an invasion of privacy instead of a business choice. But then there was Adam Mission, who played the OBGYN. What did he say? Quite different from what Lively said. This was a professional casting. Mission, an actor who lives with his wife in New York, said to make things clear, there was nothing wrong on the set. He said that the part was cast the same way any other movie role would be, with professionalism in mind, not with the goal of getting into personal space. This is where Lively's story starts to fall apart. She made it sound like she was in a lot of pain by saying she was almost naked and embarrassed during the scene, but things were very different in real life, as the character and others on set confirmed. Her exaggeration about what happened makes me very suspicious about her intentions and the real cause of her emotional pain. Blake tried to get people to feel sorry for her by questioning how professional her co-stars were, but it didn't work. She tried to make a professional scene that was well put together into something that people would find uncomfortable, but it didn't work. The people aren't stupid, and it didn't take them long to notice the mistakes. What does this tell us about Blake's need to be in charge of her story? How far is she ready to lie to get what she wants? As more lies come to light, her story will soon start to fall apart, but the question still stands. How long can she keep up the act before everything falls apart? From now on, it's clear that Blake's public image isn't as smooth as she'd like it to be. What other lies is she telling that no one can see? How will these lies affect her future in Hollywood? There may be the truth right around the corner. Blake's carefully made story keeps falling apart. What will happen next in this web of lies? Outro, what do you think? Does Blake Lively look a little too good to be true? Or are these tall tales based on something more real? Do all of these lies fit together? Or are they just one-offs? Don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and follow for more juicy celebrity exposés. The world of Hollywood isn't always as glittery as it seems, and you won't want to miss what we uncover next.